through from group stages in the next event. Whereas they are the common denominator, I think his words were. We are back, FaZe with 4 rounds. They will have weapons, Hellraisers will not, although you could argue that the CZs are potent enough to be considered such a weapon, so they've got 5 of those to work with, and there you go, Angel shows us exactly why. 2 quick kills, Kerrigan and Nico both going down, and immediately they'll start to challenge toward the B side. Massive gap in the smoke, but Guardian not going to be able to react in time. In fact, calls that 3 players have crossed, he'll have seen all of that. Naturally, he's going to therefore Molotov off water position to make sure that anyone wants to jump back into it will be sought after and pushed out of position. But Voxic finds Rain. These CZs have done massive damage. They've now upgraded onto the AK-47s, and Olaf's forced to clutch back 2 kills.
Doing a very good job. Bondic, though, great positioning, pushing in towards CT spawn. That could be the play that secures the round. Voxic will be adding firepower towards the smoke itself. Bondic does spot 1. Just about nails the kill. Wasn't as clean as he would like. That should be the round still, though. Olaf Meister taking down Voxic. Poster first for Hellraisers there. 2 versus 1 in the end. And a nice flank from Bondic. They will have pretty decent cash after winning that round. You can see 5K and a couple of the players. Money is absolutely fine for FaZe as well. After getting 4 in a row and winning a bonus round, they're not really dropping many kills at all. They're fine. They could even go for the double AWP setup, which they have. On this particular map is Nico, who uses the secondary AWP, and it can be a bit of a question mark sometimes. Most of the time it's fine, but when it's a really tense game in a big semi-final or something like that, he sometimes doesn't look as efficient as he would with a rifle. But Guardian, as ever, solid on Inferno, gets the first pick and falls back.
Box quickly checking toward the top of Banana, is going to reposition. That nade will do damage, it certainly will. Well, I take it back, perhaps. Hardly touched Nico. It did still meet my quota for damage because it did 7, but I expected it to do quite a bit more than that, as the smoke nade will be deployed inside of the boiler doorway. Guardian still flirts with the top of mid. The pillar from Atrium's actually quite an intricate part of the map in that you can really determine the angle you want to play while still being very aggressive in the situation. He'll subside to the site for now. Issa, meanwhile, jumps back down off of the railing toward the window, toward boiler, and gets toward top middle, and then rotates down again toward Banana because Angel wants to lead the charge. Kerrigan on the other side of the wall, set to defend, and Nico behind him. He's going to try and bait him in that position, but single smoke is enough to slow them down. Issa is going to evaluate if this is still the best opportunity. And remember, there's 38 seconds.
But time is ticking away drastically now. They haven't really got that much map control. Sure, they have middle, but that's only the start of the journey. You need to fully commit and get to the bomb site, find the kills. Flashbang's good for Olaf, looking for a double spray down here. Gets the first, can't get the second. Still 4 versus 2. Dead Fox tagged up heavily. So is Bondic as well. Rain gonna make mincemeat of them as they come around the corner. No chance Bondic to win this. He might get 1 consolation frag. He'll go for a desperate plant. He might even get that down. That's actually pretty good. The fact he gets that extra money and another kill, he'll take that. He'll take that all day long as he manages to put the bomb down, find a kill. That's going to enable them to even buy for the next round, so that's great. An extra $800 per player. But 5-1 for FaZe. It is a reset, but they should be able to at least have a whip around and find the AKs they so desire. Here's that initial kill from Guardian. Oh, the flashbang actually gets both of them, and it's Voxic that goes down.
I enjoyed some of those videos in terms of, you know, getting a better overview of what they refer to themselves as and their roles within the team. I like how Voxic was like in-game leader, lurker, opper, strat caller, cash distributor, anti-stratter, coach, manager. I do everything for the team, basically, is what he said. Rain to the bench. M4 to go against the 2 AKs, and Rain already finds this and not suspecting. Oh my goodness, Rain, if he had converted the last on the spray, it would have been quite nice to see. Voxic does finally get him back with the deagle, but Guardian immediately trades off of that, and we'll find ourselves now in a 4 versus 2 in favor again of FaZe. And this completely whittles down the economy. So I'll have to consider find a pick here soon enough, especially Bondic in his position. Consider how much they even invest into this round beyond, because 2 AK saved last time, the same to try again. Bondic, by the way, has his avatar set to Pierce Brosnan, so he is truly Bond. Hick.
Shaken, not stirred.
Absolutely.
You used to be able to get the stickers right. You could get James from Immortals and then Bondic sticker. You put them next to each other on the Silence USP.
Right.
You have James Bondic on your Silence USP. Pretty good.
James, you mean James? You mean the coach for Liquid?
No, the Immunity player.
Immunity, that's right. I was like Immortals. What are you talking about?
Immunity player, sorry.
Right. No, you're right. I remember James. He's a character. I like that guy.
Yeah.
He's a pleasant person.
He still plays.
Well, obviously, I assumed he did.
Yeah. So he obviously. So some of those Australian teams go off into obscurity once they leave the international scene, but he's still kicking around.
Yeah, that's true. They and Vox Eminor were close together for a while in terms of their play styles. Vox would frequently...
In terms of their players as well, they were just renegades whenever they needed a player, just like, well, who's your best at the moment, boys?
We'll take that. No, but it's true. Immunity actually out-qualified Renegades to get to a few events during that time, and Vox Eminor time to be more Circa-esque, if you will. But it's, that's cool. James Bondic, I like it. How clever, how crafty. Well, we'll see how crafty Hellraisers can become in this round with just one CZ. Last time they went for 5 CZs, and it was actually the round they won. So maybe they should have invested into that, Hank.
Let's see. He's looking very comfortable here on Inferno. Pretty much full eco here from the Hellraisers side. Just some upgraded pistols. And now only 4 players. Foxing drops, so does Issa. And Rain having a great time there on the quad side. He normally does fantastic work there. So does Olaf Meister in that pit. Just 1 player remaining. Instead, Fox has picked up Guardian's AWP, so there's something from that. He was the former AWPer. Maybe he can find a couple of shots here. Not meant to be, though. Olaf Meister will find him and pick up the AWP from the floor. Money available once again for the Hellraiser side, but this is getting a little bit out of hand now. FaZe certainly looking grilled and drilled, as opposed to the last game against Game Agents, where they actually slipped on this. So, fair enough. It was actually 7-1 in that game as well, remember. And they slipped and finished, I think it was an 8-7 half. So it is possible for Hellraisers, and they'll be fully aware of that, having veterans on this team that have seen many an oft situation, as Olaf will push down the hallway at the B apartments. Inside of his own smoke, so by design, as this is going to once again work toward the boiler by default. Olaf will start to hear some of these foot patterns. Bondic silent, as you'd expect James Bond to be, is going to slide up. That pulls Olaf from his hidey hole. But it says there on his backside to take him down, a good trade, and Guardian therefore has to consider backing away because he no longer has the second player in that position. He's going to get the information that's going to be able to cover him off. Smoke down in front of him. Just Guardian fire. Oh, onto that. Oh, he certainly does. Gets Angel through the smoke as well. It's not bad at all. It's one of Guardian's calling cards, absolutely. Shots through smoke with the AWP. Nico, like we said, that secondary AWP established now. He'll be holding towards the banana. Bit of an awkward angle. They do go closely to the wall and evade him. They can just pop out, but unfortunately for Dead Fox, did overstep the mark slightly there and will be taken down. 4 versus 2, Voxic and Issa. The unknown quantities coming into this team with their first sign. Proving themselves now, though. Looks like the AWP don't really have that option available to him. He's on the AK-47. They got 1 smoke and a Molotov. Carrigan, confident he watches the archers, knows exactly what this is up to. Takes him down, and that's going to be the round. Pretty much tied up at this point. Voxic will have the bomb, but no time to really do much with it. He's got 15 seconds. The B site is open, but obviously he has no idea of that. Oh, actually Nico's in the back. I take it all away. It's the little camouflage yourself. You almost said back twice. Yeah. So, yeah, that is interesting on the map. That's a bit confusing. There's one as well in the corner. But round's going to end as it is. Voxic managing to at least carry the AK over. And in doing so gives them a bit of hope, I suppose. They could force on this at this point. 8-1, maybe you start to consider doing so, because lost round bonus is built back up to 4 rounds in total. It was something they relied on before, and they may have to, well, they're obviously call the timeout, but may have to decide if they want to try and distribute the wealth. Voxic obviously doesn't get any money. They didn't plant the bomb. He stayed alive, so he didn't lose the AK. That's his trade-off. The rest are hovering around the 3K mark. That was a tactical pause by Angel. No indication that they're going to bring out any further rifles, just a few pistols. Voxic did save his K47, as you can see, didn't get extra cash, though. Try and partially invest into the round, saving them about $1,000, that's fine. It's coming in, not doing as much damage as FaZe might have thought. Misses out as well, and it will be Nico looking a little bit uncomfortable here. Flashbang's going in, dumping a bit too much on this play. Smokes and incendiaries, flashbangs used. Dead forecast up towards middle, but that's all he can really do right now. Just going to get that part of the map covered. Guardian still here, and he might find himself in a bit of hot water here, but the smoke should buy him some time.
Guardian still trying to search for information, or rather receive it from his teammates, because he's playing passively now over by the library position. It's gold. I was going to say Goldhoffmeister. That's like a Guardian Olaf hybrid mix. We got Skidooey. Now we've got Goldoff.
Goldoff?
Yeah. Brain is who I was going to mention as well, though. It's in front of the balcony from the apartments. It's a good shot. With the Deagle in hand, as Kerrigan on that as well is going to start to rotate, and this could work. The timing has pulled Kerrigan away, leaving us with none other than just Nico on the op at New Box. How many times have we seen him either make or break in that situation? Because he has missed and gone down in these before. This time, no mistake on the first shot. Second one jumps by him. Leg shot goes to the pistol. That's where he falls, but he did get two, so his team still has the man advantage despite the bomb going down. They've given away the the AWP, however, and this is exactly the situation where it can transpire to a round for Hellraisers.
Oof. Well, 1 versus 1. Bomb has indeed been planted. Rain looking for our players' opposition, but Bondig 1 step ahead. Will take the headshot and at least get another round on the board for Hellraisers. Only 1 player survives. There's plenty of money available for FaZe. As you can see, they can drop a weapon over to Olofmeister. This is Issa getting it done. And the good news is they did win a round where they were partially purchased. 1 AK and some Deagles, and we'll bring out a MAC-10 in the hands of Dead Fox here. Well, that's the right call, I'm not so sure. There are 2 players of our helmets, so it could be a little bit more potent than I've expected. 8-2 now. Hellraisers need to start getting consecutive rounds. They can't afford to be reset again.
Double smoke down inside of the banana position. Nico and Kerrigan are still going to pursue on that, and they know there's a little bit of a gap toward the left side of that wall, where in which you can't exist within smoke, but they don't spray all the way to it or commit all the way to it, and therefore we sit 5 aside still. In fact, we sit there with no damage done, even with all of that exchange and the nades being thrown in either direction. Dead Fox, keep in mind, he's admitting that he's gone to a support role and willing to do so. That's gone on to a MAC-10 in this round. He finally takes damage and goes down to 55. Voxic follows him by taking an 8 and goes on to 80.
Bang attempt from Guardian, not going to land just yet. Dead Fox. The MAC-10 makes their way towards B. In terms of the setup, 2 players towards second middle. It looks like Issa will join his teammates that side of the map. Guardian tags out Kerrigan. Move one of the orbs over. Now, it will be a B execution. In terms of the grenades, smoke and a Molotov to really be used there. Smoke is successful, as you expect at this point. And then this boost. We did discuss FaZe's Molotov to get the players off the boost. And that won't be happening this time, but no Molotov required. There's clean headshots coming in from Issa and Angel. And that's the B bomb side, potentially wide open. They might even consider saving now.
I think they will. Guardian doesn't seem that interested or invested toward this round, you're right. So at 8-2, this is actually similar to what we saw from Game Agents, keep in mind. We saw a 7-1 scoreline go suddenly toward 7-3, I think it was. Because there was 4 rounds in a row that were close, that came to either 2v2s or 1v1s in certain situations. They broke the money down of FaZe and actually made it an 8-7.5 scoreline, if you remember, including a clutch at the end. And a 1v2 from the Alive. So this is looking actually similar, and I just finished saying that Hellraisers will be aware of those situations and possibilities. They now get 2 in a row, and you're right, they had to save 3 weapons because there's not a lot of money left over on the CT side.
Yeah, it's time to get whistled down now. We might have a game on our hands after all. 8-3. We'll come up again for Guardians. Certainly not going to be a double orb setup. 4 for Nico. And the scoreboard. Kerrigan at the top. Let's see his face there. Guardian second place with 10. Full round from Hellraisers to Guardian. Usual angle. First shot to take down Foxy. That's the orb gone.
Certainly is.
He's been pushing all the way down to the logs. The first kill.
Oh, the comeback completed. 15-11 now for Virtus Pro. They've won every round of the second half, starting with the end three of the others. So that was an 11-1 game. It's now 15-11 Virtus Pro. They've won 14
rounds
in a row.
I think they're okay.
I think that's correct. So they are in at this point, just to the playoffs. That's quite a turnaround, I have to say, from Virtus Pro.
Yeah.
To go 11-1 down and now find themselves sitting 15-11. Back to our game, where Angel finds himself sitting in a bit of a small pit as he sits at the bottom of middle, specifically, with the AK-47 in hand. All M4s against him, but they'll be competent and certainly satisfied with how things have gone in terms of avoiding what would have been, I won't call it a reset, because obviously they're not being reset, but it would have broken the economy for FaZe.
This was a very decent round, absolutely. Carrigan's aggression at the start set the tone, and he got to close things out. The damage done at the start. To the next one we go. Money, it's okay. There's enough for a buy, certainly, on the T side. You can see 5K, just 6 actually for Vox. He can get the AWP out. Have to drop one weapon for Bondek, or he goes go for a CZ or a Deagle. Double AWP setup this time, looking for 12-3 FaZe, and that's if they go all in here. Hellraisers, sure he could finish things off, get the bomb down, and the final kill. And it looks like a partial buy potentially, right? I'm going to see Bondek buying a CZ. But, like we said, he could just go for the pistols, and there's the AWP for Voxic. So there we go.
Pause called, and we'll get back underway. Nico has to confirm. It is, of course, both teams to agree on it, but now we get rolling once again. AWP for Voxic, okay. Can he get aggressive with it? Spawn is actually really good if we want to look for a fast pick position, but it's Guardian. Oh, Guardian is going to go for it. This is going to be Op versus Operate off the start. Voxic elected to take the narrower and closer proximity. If he had actually sat back on the stairs and played on top of the hay bale, he would have had the angle on Guardian. Instead, he likes to go further. Perhaps didn't anticipate that Guardian also had a good spawn. Wow. And Guardian gets 2. Rain, while boosting, finds Angel.
Yeah, it could have been quite awkward there, but Rain, aware of the possibility, and finds the headshot. Didn't really take any damage there at all. Absolutely fantastic. Issa and Bondek left in a lot of trouble here. This was a force buy, remember. They're going to do Eco next, and almost certainly no chance of winning this one. Nico and Carrigan have the banana shut down. See a player right down the bottom, baited in by Nico. The half wall doesn't even need to be a thing, though, because Carrigan heard the scope click. Around he comes, takes him down 5-on-1.
Misses. Rain is the next to go. And Fall, 1 versus 4. Was a 1 versus 5, but now is likely that he's going to get much further, having taken a good amount of damage from the first exchange. And they've cornered him completely. Guardian staring into the doorway. He can't leave that way. Olaf was waiting on the other side if he'd gone down the apartment hallway. And Carrigan was at the backside of the window if he'd gone out of the apartments or from boiler window. So good flash to pull him from position. They do get the kill in the end, and we go 10 double digits for FaZe as we enter round 14.
Oof, Guardian was looking incredibly sharp in that particular round. 3 kills there. Like I said, Eco coming into this one, round number 14, coming to the bookend of the first half now. Dead Fox with just a Glock. Need to get the Guardian treatment in the previous round. Looking for revenge here with just the pistols. No armor purchase, no nades. Is going to play playing together. And they can maybe base a shot out from him and run round him. Take him down together. Okay. There's the baited shot. They will go through the arch before Guardian can take one of their lives first.
Carrigan's rotating accordingly, though. Wants to hold him off in CT. Good read, but can't get back in time to get the shot onto Dead Fox. Leaves the bomb down inside of CT spawn, however, and Guardian is trying to find exactly where Bondek has gone. Manages to win it with the CZ-75, and Dead Fox, the last alive, may have suddenly swapped roles and gotten to CT, but not likely. He's going to head toward, well, I was going to say the A site, but Nico waiting at B with a perfect position for it. Wasn't going to get anywhere near that either.
Final round, and still even after the full eco, they're not looking amazing for the money. That was just a very desperate attempt to get towards the arch. To get 1 kill, but it means almost nothing considering that FaZe is so established around number 15. We'll see if FaZe can indeed find the 12th round here. Not looking too good for the campaign on Inferno from Hellraisers as Rain pushes down towards middle again. They are making a lot of noise. He knows they have to reload. They have got the first pick here. Does Rain go any further? That's the question. They seem to be aware of his presence and gets one. But now they know exactly where he is. Throws a flashbang in the air. It looks like Hellraisers are actually going to be putting up a fight in this particular round. Rain towards the underpass now. He's trying to sneak around the map and navigate his way into an advantageous position. But before that happens, Nico will be tested first.
Downed as well by Angel. Big words from Duncan on the desk to say that he thinks Angel is arguably as good at Fallen as as an in-game leader. Large praise. Rain all the way down at the bottom side of mid is certainly going to catch off Bondic. That brings it back to a 3 versus 2. He takes a lot of damage in doing so, however. Makes it a tough order. He's rotated past the end of Banana because he's low HP. He wants to work with Guardian directly. See if they can make the retake work. Or otherwise. Angel sits at water. Unlikely, in fact, that FaZe is even going to go on this. Flashes through. They are. They're going to go late, however. And now Rain downed as well. Dead Fox picks up too. It's round 15, so they had to go, but it didn't really give themselves a convincing argument trying to walk into the site. It was more a matter of process and due course. 11-4, our halftime scoreline.
Absolutely. Remember, whoever wins this series will be placed #1 in the group and play the second place on the other side.
Virtus Pro.
Virtus Pro, that's right, considering they have all that draw and actually the win on that particular map, that's guaranteed them
Stark,
to be second.
the man that I highlighted, got 2 kills in the second half.
And we have a very similar scenario here as well. If FaZe win the first map, that's them locked in for the first place. And
that's right.
Hellraisers will be second, but if this means that last map ultimately means nothing. I hate to say that, Matt, but it does.
You know what? It means we get to have some fun.
Okay.
We'll get to, we'll play a game.
Lauren and I, we did a full podcast while casting a game the other day.
I may or may not have heard part of that. Did that have to do with anything about 400 ping?
Exactly. Yes.
I thought it might.
So we did a whole podcast on 90s memories and what it was like growing up in the UK and what kind of toys there were and board games. And
Remind me never to listen to that podcast.
Yeah, it was actually really good.
Oh,
I think
okay,
it was our
sure.
best cast.
I'll take your word for it.
Best cast.
We'll do one about growing up in Canada.
It wasn't about the UK. It was just about being a human.
Oh, okay. Now it's not about the UK. I'm just kidding. Well, Issa and Bondic putting a case up to try and get numbers on the board for Hellraisers as they actually take the advantage in the pistol. Bondic doing so by getting Olaf, the most recent of our untraded kills thus far for FaZe. Nico and Kerrigan, the last 2 that remain. And Nico's going to swing back around toward top middle as well. Bondic holds toward B on his own. Sticking on the USPS that he's picked up is going to get ripped apart. Issa gets the shot. It was a headshot. Even though he gone down to a body shot on 47, it's still sufficient. Kerrigan manages to get it to a one-on-one, but only just 3 HP. Has the bomb to work with. That is about all, and he's going to be clever with this bomb. He wants to rotate it back as far as possible. Now, Bondic's going to know that he's taken a fair bit of damage in the exchange. Is he smart enough to therefore play toward top middle and know that he's likely to win a gunfight? If the bomb goes down, he might lose on angles.
Comes down to this. If FaZe can win this pistol, Kerrigan can deliver the goods. Oh, this is quite smart. He does throw the smoke towards B, but Bondic, he's guaranteed to win it pretty much at this point. We're not sure, though.
No, done now. He hears him.
Definitely.
Click, boom. Yeah, Bondic, and that was the point. I thought he was actually going to peek top mid, because that way if he rotated back, he'd spot him in the process. And again, knows that he has the range on him. The fact that he waited and didn't peek it was a bit surprising, but it also gave him that exact option. He knew that no matter where Kerrigan went, he was going to be fast enough to get to the situation. So good read, good play. 11-5, Hellraisers will get the early starts on their CT campaign. So both teams winning pistols now in this game as well, Henry.
Absolutely. Hellraisers against the full fight of FaZe. You know how deadly these deagles can be. Rain. Superstar. Top 4. 2017. Will have his work cut out for him here as Voxic just chews through 2 of them with the UMP. Angel cutting it down as well. Real clean sweep there from Hellraisers up against the fully next round. This could go the distance now, as they'll just have Glocks and PT50s in round number 18 here. MP9s and FAMAS's perfect weaponry here with the UMP. They've got a clean run at it and have plenty of money going into that first gun round.
Yeah, bomb plant for Kerrigan, although he tried to get very clever, he'd already essentially faked out and gone back the other way. Was warranted if he'd gone toward B, and it would have been beneficial to them for that exact reason you mentioned. Good trade from Rain, at least, therefore, to get Bondic down, but Angel's going to step out and shut him out. Kerrigan now finds himself, though, with that MP9 against 3 players, no armor to go with that MP9. It was already hit by the grenade quite substantially. 11-7, guns at the ready, and Guardian T-side at AWP on Inferno. Yeah.
You said you weren't going to do that either.
I did it just to wake you up.
It is getting late. What are we at right now? The players slogging away, coming up to 1 a.m. here. It was an ambitious format, give them that, but we're getting through it now. As we'll be in round number 19. FaZe with the guns out. AWP, AKs, and 4s. And Dead Fox looking to continue their momentum here. Winning the pistol. This is now realistic for them, considering on the CT side. He has established himself at the barrels. Bondic's considering falling back here. He can also just be ready with the flashbang in case Dead Fox has to fall back or finds himself a little bit of pressure. Coming towards B now, 3 of them. He's got the smoke out, just doing the pixel spot just to make sure he can hold them off and can reposition. They're going to be boosting a player towards the new boxes here. They're not that new anymore. You'd think we've got a new name for them by now. Like a cool name.
No? I think New Box is the cool name. It's kind of edgy. It's almost ironic at this point. It adds more of an element to it.
Yeah.
The problem is on Nuke, they've added a New Box, and we already have a call called New Box. So it's kind of confusing to say New Box on Nuke now.
Yeah. Well, as I said, it is a nice setup from Hellraisers. We'll be up against the execution of FaZe, and is it going to be enough? They've only got one smoke and a couple of flashbangs here. Incendiary dropped. We'll see whether Bondic can find a couple of kills. Certainly delivers. There's 2. Nico and Rain go down. It looks like a clean Hellraisers round here, number 19, because Olof by step will get 1, but the bomb's down. There's no real time to plant.
No time to plant, and they'll back away. So Hellraisers are going to find themselves suddenly on 8 rounds, just 3 shy of the mark to tie up FaZe. And as you said as well, FaZe only need 1 map to secure that first place position. Hellraisers could steal it by winning both in this series, giving themselves a much, much better opportunity to do so. We look back at the highlights in the previous 11-8, and the saved weapons will be brought forth, but it's just an AWP and an AK. AWP, fair enough, but T-side, he really open with that? Guardian seems to think he can.
Oh, Voxic. He did actually hit the shot. I think he did. It was an assist. Oh, no, it was Bondic.
It was Bondic. It was a double nade. They nade stacked.
That's right. Well, there you go. So 4 on 4.
They've gotten an AK back, however. They did buy armor on this, and Nico's gone, although Nico doesn't have armor, has gone to get the AWP, so there is a chance they pull this off still.
He's thrown by Issa. Substantial damage. Olof Meister basically swallows it. Goes down to 32 health. It's 1 minute 10. Slow round from FaZe here. This is where things can start to be troublesome for them. It is an opening picks. Much money, the utility's not really there. Olof Meister's just on a pistol now. Swaps it over. Considering he's a low HP player, he can just be cannon fodder now. Or he can hold a really annoying angle like the logs or something while his teammates go in. Patrol the banana area. We'll see what he decides to do. He's going to play a contact play where looks and get as close as they possibly can before Nico gets contact. He's going to check that back position again, but Bondic nails it. Great shot.
Great timing from Dead Fox as well, because Bondic hitting that shot, everybody looked his direction to try and get the trade, and that's exactly when Dead Fox walked out. 11-9 is inevitably on the scoreboard. 27 seconds. Kerrigan versus 4. Yes, he has an AK. Yes, he has armor, but he has no life left. Dead Fox takes that away as well.
Dead Fox. What a player. I love this position so much. You dodge all the flashbangs. There are a lot of Molotovs you can dodge. You can Molotov that position, but it's not the easiest one to throw. Dead Fox though with a double kill coming out of the spawn area. Final buy for the FaZe boys. You can see a couple of Galils thrown into the mix as well. They are starting to feel the pressure of the double orb as that comes out. Voxic and Dead Fox. That's another, I guess, double orb setup no one really talks about. We've talked about Chris J and Oscar. This one's actually really potent as well. You got two very well-versed all players going at it, and no reason why it can't be up there with the conversation of the best duo AWPs.
I wouldn't put them up there with the best, but certainly an honorable mention.
Yeah.
I'll give it that for sure. Rain's taking damage. He sits on 18. He'll sit toward the bench as well, but they're going to try and work together in tandem toward the A site, which is a little bit more of an aggressive defensive setup. Not sitting back for crossfires. It is Issa that will anchor in the pit, but looks like an Angel have other ideas. And you mentioned it, that double op setup also means that V can be more free to decide how they choose to play. They've gone passive with that op, so Dead Fox not going to anchor on Banana and allow for an early rotation, as you might expect. Especially you, Henry. I know you expect that.
Oh, yes.
So down will limit Voxic. He's forced to rotate back to the library, but he'll peek right away because he's got Angel to go with him, and Angel's gotten two, making a third. Bomb down as well, and FaZe get ripped apart. They didn't even need Voxic to have vision as the second smoke was deployed, and it's suddenly a 5 versus 2 and potentially a one-round game.
Well, there we have it. FaZe not looking too deadly here in the second half, Matt. They're going to be in a 5-on-2 now, and Angel still doing crazy amounts of work there with the Silence M4. 3 versus 1 for Nika, but time of the essence as Itzy gets the final kill. 11-10. We're starting to tie things up. I think that's the last of the FaZe cash as well. They had 2 Galils there.
Impressive. Hellraisers back within 1. 6 rounds in a row to start off the second half. 2 gun rounds plus the pistol. And it's back to pistols for FaZe. 3 CZ75s. Nico's gone for the customary Deagle. Angel's gone for Nico. Makes it work. Voxic steps out, takes out Guardian as well. Oh, Rain does at least run one down. He's got the AWP, and Issa thinks it's safe. Oh, this is turning, as it often does when you're against FaZe, because Olaf's able to spot out Angel from the cubby. That AWP dictates and determines the round.
Absolutely fantastic from Rain. Like I said, not really known, probably the only player on FaZe that can't use the weapon or doesn't use the weapon. And you can see him just say, Olaf, I've had my fun. It's been a good run. I want to hand it back over to you in the studio.
Well, with that, the bomb being planted and rained back off in the corner, Bondic and Dead Fox suddenly realized what just happened. That all fell apart so quickly. This was a 5 versus 3 against Pistols, and Rain springs to life. You get it? Like it's May, it's spring, it rains in the springtime. Sure. Okay, wasn't really planned, but it worked. He manages to run forward, get the AWP kill, and then everything goes his way. In fact, not only that, he finds a 3rd kill in the round as the bomb detonates. They all stay, well, the 2 others stay alive. And it's now 12-10 for FaZe with some guns carried over. There you go, look at this. This is so well read. No scope as well. Okay, fair play. You're disgusting, Rain.
He is a naughty guy. 12-10. Double orb set up again for the CTs though. FaZe back in the game. Guardian solidifies that. Nice opening shot to take down Voxic, who oversteps the mark there towards middle. 5-on-4. And Bondic and Co have to work out how they can get back into the round. Star Opera goes down. Nothing picked up, no damage inflicted.
Good shot, Nico. Dead Fox gone. Nico's been quiet in this half, so that's encouraging to see. In fact, he sits on 16. He's only 1 better than that of Olaf, who sits on 15, and he's at the bottom. In fact, he's only 1 below 17, which is the highest. All of them within 2 kills of each other on the FaZe side. Oof. Nico gets well and truly rid of the AWP.
Yeah, get rid of that, boys. You're not having it back.
17, 17, 16, 15, 16. That's the kill. Rain adds 1, though. Puts him above the rest on 18. He gets taken back by Issa.
Nothing he can do about that, I'm afraid, though. Clean round for FaZe, 13-10. After getting the opening pick, nothing really Hellraisers could do to pick up the pieces. They're all over the floor, along with the blood. As we'll see whether the cash is there to buy another time. It's not really. Issa's got 7K. You wanted to drop UMPs for them, that's the thing, I guess. He actually goes with the AWP, gives the Voxic. Are they going all in? They're going to just buy the AWP and hope Voxic can have like an Oscar-esque round. You see Mousesports that can do this sort of play a lot. So just have default weaponry, buy one AWP if someone's got extra cash and see if they can have a hard carry for one round. All he has to do is get one pick here, then he can fall back towards end, hopefully funnel them in. Doesn't land it though. Nico actually punishes from that, drops a Molotov on top of the AWP so they can't recover. That's quite smart. By himself though, Nico does need to be very careful. He could give up an AWP and an AK here, but Guardian certainly not. Takes down Angel 5-on-3. Dead Fox does recover the AWP, but it's on the other side of the map, so no need to worry. Nico will just be holding him in, making sure he can't get towards T-steps.
So bomb planted in FaZe despite a scare from Hellraisers at the start of this half. Have certainly got things back under control and find themselves 4 rounds clear. For now, I will state. Bomb planted onto A and coveted AWP to be held far from the activity. P250 for Bondic is going to be on the lookout as well. Try and help Dead Fox hold this over. They've already spotted him in New Box. That becomes more problematic. Look at the hunt from FaZe. They know the situation. They know what gun he's got. They know what they want from him. And he doesn't even... Oh, I can't take it back. He does manage to hit one. Bomb detonates. He gets found by Guardian way back at CT in the meantime. And it's 14-10 with no guns carried over.
Here we go. Remember, FaZe get, I think, just the draw on either map here.
Yeah,
they are guaranteed the top of the group, right? So just 15 rounds and we know they're top of the group. And then at that point, like I said, unfortunately, the second map, not that compelling, but maybe FaZe can put on a bit of a show for us. We know the Negev's been patched recently. Maybe that'll make an appearance.
Oh, let's get the Negev out. I'm
$1,700 now.
Maybe Rain can use it.
You can now lose a pistol with a bomb going down and then buy a Negev.
How much is it now, sorry?
$1,700.
They've knocked it down from $2,000 because no one was using it there. We want every gun to be viable, even if it's trash. Let's make it $1,700. Brilliant decision, Valve. We approve. Olaf takes down Issa. Bondic, Dead Fox left in a 2 versus 4. With that, we're going to find map point. They're just trying to hold weapons to fight that, so they can at least get a draw for themselves. But again, it's all for naught. A draw doesn't do it. They have to win this game.
Oof, Carrigan. You're right, and this might be the deciding factor. Bondic alone in 3 versus 1. Fortunately for him on the CT side, he can't really have control because he doesn't have the bomb, of course. But see whether he can survive this at least. And there it is, the guaranteed first place in the group for FaZe. Just because we have no overtime here. If anyone's maybe just tuned in to watch FaZe, something like that. 15-15, we just
We just call it.
And you get 1 point.
Referee calls a stoppage.
And with the standing so far, it would have to be a 2-0 from Hellraisers to even have a chance of making it to the top of the group. So unfortunately, 1 draw and 1 win still wouldn't be enough for them.
Well, with all of that, we get a rather, as you said, if they hit this 15th round, which they have, it means not only do the next rounds not matter for Hellraisers, they're in the playoffs, don't get me wrong, their hopes aren't dashed, they're still going to be one of the 4 teams moving on. We now know those 4 teams, we just don't know the order of them, but we certainly know that FaZe will top this group. Actually, we do know the order, because Virtus Pro has snuck in, so it's all decided. Everything from here on out is just a formality. FaZe top the group. Hellraisers coming in second. Virtus Pro second in the other group, with Mousesports topping on that side, and they cross over. So Hellraisers to play Mousesports on Sunday, FaZe to play Virtus Pro. Nico trying to do what he can from New Box, and it's down to just Issa. This map, seemingly, Henry, has come to a conclusion.
It's logical conclusion, I think. Good showing from Hellraisers, but yes, unfortunately for them, they will be finishing second in the group here. And we'll see whether Issa can get anything done here. Bomb planted, of course. We've already counted the FAMAS, so get 1 kill. Stats really at this point, he hasn't got a kit. Just a flashbang and a FAMAS. Not looking too tantalizing for him. He'll give it his best shot, of course, as the bomb ticks ever closer. He now cannot defuse it. That's going to be it. 16-10. is going to be your final score. Final kill will come in. Rain picks it up. Well played to FaZe. Just to reiterate one more time, that means they are now guaranteed to play second place of the other group, which is
Virtus Pro.
Virtus Pro.
So Virtus Pro
guaranteed.
will play FaZe. Hellraisers will play Mouse Sports. We're going to play one more map, but we're not going to delay any time in getting there. We're going to take a break right now, and we'll